Welcome to the podcast series of the DIEM Doctoral Network, a EU-funded project studying distributed ledger technology, innovation and ecosystem management, where throughout this podcast series we are going to interview various stakeholders like doctoral candidates and industry experts regarding distributed ledger technology. Today we're recording the first episode of the podcast here at the Vrije Universiteit Amsterdam, and we're excited to give you more insights into what our PhD students or doctoral candidates are working on.
Hello everyone. We are here today to discuss the work package number 2, diffusion of blockchain innovation, and we have a lot of set of baskets of complicated questions. Are you ready for that, Julia?
I am. I shall be.
Right. Okay. Nice to have you today. But before starting, I would love to hear a little bit about your background, what brought you to blockchain, the first spark of interest. If you can tell me a little bit more about that.
Okay, so I finished my master's in business analytics, so I have specifically business background, but for the past year and a half, I was in a startup ecosystem, and it taught me a lot about, emerging technologies. Without having technical background, I somehow managed to meet people, doing 3D printing, AI, IoT, blockchain. So the startup that I was in, we were focusing on teaching people about blockchain and huge variety of implications that people don't talk about just because Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies took over the
true.
space.
Yeah, I totally agree, because people always connect blockchain with Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's
blockchain
essentially
just the technology behind it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when Bitcoin sometimes is going into ups and downs, they connect it directly to blockchain, and sometimes they start being pessimistic about it. Yeah, sorry to stop you there, but I wanted to intervene about this point.
Yeah, but so when I was in the startup, I came across multiple people who had amazing, companies, and they were actually developing something visionary. But just because many people and many enthusiasts were focusing on cryptocurrencies, I was struggling to show people that there's much more than that, and we should all be encouraged to take part in this, new iteration of the internet that everybody will be, engaged with. So I was in this startup for a year and a half, and I decided that I should perhaps create something of my own, just do the PhD, dig deeper into the topic, and just combine all those aspects that I actually came across and just make good use out of it. So.
Yeah. Thanks. Actually, teaching people about blockchain, it's something really important.
Yeah.
Me personally, I noticed that people outside of blockchain community or have interest to blockchain, they have zero idea. Mm-hmm. Me and you, for example, we would know what is AI about, what is cloud computing. But if we are out of this scope, people out of the blockchain scope, they have zero idea about blockchain. So what sort of probably innovation, strategies that you use to simplify blockchain in teaching process?
So I feel like this is the problem of blockchain, that many people think that it's just complicated because now it's developed by technical people, but at the end of the day, both individuals and companies,
end user
they will be using that. So I feel like maybe right now we have different layers in the architecture of blockchain, so we have to reach this point that we'll have good user experience. People will be able to use that. But you know what? When we from my experience, because we lack regulations, we don't have a good framework. We try to take from Web 2 to Web 3, which will not work. We have to come up with something new.
Yeah.
And I saw that many people are just confused with this technology, and I am waiting for the moment that actually people come up with a good use case that everybody would like to use. And look at Amazon, what happened at Web 2. Everybody was
or
or just Airbnb, Uber, all those new companies that people were just laughing at.
In the beginning, yeah.
And right now they're making a use out of it. But I feel like it all comes down to the user experience and people actually using it. And also my experience taught me that when we were trying to implement like the user, like the interface for digital wallet to teach people about what happens if you have the digital identity online, and it just tracks everything you do, and yet you cannot change it. Like it's both like
immutable.
transparent,
Exactly.
but also anonymous. So we couldn't implement this and show people the practical use of the blockchain in the future of the internet just because of the lack of regulations.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Actually, I totally agree with you. But as you said earlier, like every technology in the beginning, people, we hate change, and they all got in this first phase of denial. Do you think blockchain technology is still stuck in the phase of denial?
Oh, I feel like I think there's like this adoption graph that shows that blockchain is right now what Web 2 was like in the 90s. So we're still trying to find the good use cases.
Definitely, I love that example. Like internet in the 90s, Yeah,
and I feel like this is a huge shift because we are going from like exchanging the information to exchanging the value. And this is a huge shift in how we actually view the digital economy that's actually emerging. So yeah, it's a big change. That's why I feel like people who are technical understand it a little bit better than just like a typical person.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much. But I'm still confused actually about the concept of digitalized and digitalized innovation and the difference between them.
So if you have digitized innovation, you have basically digital products. You have analog products and you make them digital. So for example, ebooks or like photography online or music. It's just like everything is online, right? Available on like Spotify or just like whatever. And with digitalized, it's like on top of products, you also have processes. So this is important because imagine we've come from let's say telemedicine, when you have your smartwatch and it it does like monitor.
Count your heart rate.
Yes, and it can prevent strokes, perhaps. It can prevent like heart attacks. So we are digitalizing the processes and actually the way we look at things. Also what's happening with Industry 4.0 right now. We have AI, IoT, automation, and right now blockchain is also contributing to this, to this idea. So you have many just like changes in how you would like to do things better. So this is digitalized, and digitized is like products basically.
Innovation,
And it comes down to like digital transformation of like all the organizations if it's done right.
100%. I can't actually agree more. So can you discuss a little bit more about how blockchain technology can influence the spread of innovation in different industries?
So I just wanted to tell you that I will be focusing on like diffusion patterns of blockchain, as you mentioned. And what's important that so far we have been focusing on the systems that were like monolithic. So it was like coupled system. And right now blockchain is more modular. So you have like many different components that you work with. And for example, I think the most talked about case is supply chain and how you can track
lots of papers talking about the use case in supply chain.
But then you have, for example, intellectual property. So imagine just like you have your favorite artist and you can actually somehow engage in this like community and contribute to his like fame, right? And he can reward you for that. So you have intellectual property also among organizations, how you exchange intellectual property, what are the rights of use for this, the value that you've created within your company. But you have like many other cases, just like identity management. And I feel like it's so important for everybody because online presence is just for everybody. And so for now, we just have to share all the data we like Facebook asks us. So they know a lot about us. But at the end of the day, when you
There's been a lot of discussion about that,
but when you hold, as a human, you hold like your identity, then you decide what is actually, what you want to share with other people. But then you also take responsibility for that. Then you obviously have DAOs run on smart contracts. So this is the next innovation that never happened before. And this is also the governance on-chain, off-chain. What can be on-chain, what can be run by code, and what is better to be run by humans. This this is what happened, you know, with the DAO hack,
Yes.
and how
Yeah.
eventually it led to like hard forks, so people were needed there.
Yes.
But yeah, you have just like many. Oh, the next thing is also the asset tokenization. So like fractional ownership. It's like democratizing the space of like luxury. Right now, people can also like have a piece of something, and they're completely sure that this is, you know, it's just the trusted system.
That's
so
true.
it's
I cannot
democratizing.
actually agree more. Actually, we can sit here for hours and keep talking about blockchain. This is just an extension of a conversation that we had earlier, and we can talk about it more and more. But we are a little bit running out of the time, so I will ask you about how can you connect your work experience in blockchain to your project? Do you have any idea, anticipations?
Yeah. So as I've been coming across many people from the industry, I know that they should treat the like blockchain as not like in one department thing. They should look at it as a whole.
As a whole entity, yeah,
yes,
like the interplay between.
Whole new system.
That's true.
So I feel like having met many people who actually I know the struggles, I feel like I would like to contribute to solving certain problems. And just because I was in the space and I saw the struggle, so I would like to focus on business implications and also like social impact too, like how we view each other's collaborations, and we can actually share the same goal and reach. Like,
well, actually, there are
things.
many hot topics that's probably. Yeah, can you take your project too?
Yeah. So we'll see.
We'll see. Thank you all for all these insights,
and you, Chaouki.
I hope I will have you again in the second episodes.
Absolutely.
We'll have, you know, more deeper conversation. Yeah.
More research done.
Exactly, more research done will be at that time. So yeah, thank you all, and I will see you later.
Thank you, Chaouki. Thanks.